Now, it's the law that you can't discriminate against anyone because of their religion or what they wear to observe that religion. Despite that, Queensland retailers are backing calls to ban Muslim women from wearing traditional hijabs and burqas in shops. A security risk, one radio presenter called it. Linda Kincaid reports.
This is really racism at its extreme.
This is subliminal xenophobia at its worst.
It's a question of identity, being able to see people's face, and at the heart of it is this security issue.
Racism or a real threat? The traditional Muslim dress is again under attack.
Anyone wearing any form of clothing or headwear that potentially can distort or block the identity of the individual should be able to be removed at the request of the retailer.
Helmets and balaclavas are already banned in banks. Now hoodies and burqas have come under scrutiny. A radio announcer in Brisbane likened burqas to the robes of the Ku Klux Klan.
I found the behaviour of those people to be offensive. And honest to God, if I had still been a copper, I would consider charging those people with offensive behaviour.
It sparked headlines across the country and attracted talkback callers by the score.
I've actually been asked to remove my helmet. Now, you can see more of my face in a helmet than what you can in the burqas.
Now the Queensland Retailers and Traders Association has backed calls to ban the burqa. Spokesman Scott Driscoll.
I think if a retailer sees that as a requirement, the same way as many do of helmets, balaclavas, hoodies, I don't think we should be making exceptions. I think everyone needs to be treated absolutely even-handedly.
Mr Driscoll says he has no problem with Muslim women wearing the headdress, but believes the outfit could be used in crimes.
A retailer does have the right in law to actually put a condition of entry to remove items that would potentially distort identity. This is not about discrimination, this is not about persecution. This is about indeed treating every member of the Australian community as equals.
Petty crimes such as stealing cost retailers about $6 billion a year, but no criminal in Australia has ever used a burqa as a disguise. Police say if retailers are concerned about people using clothing to conceal their identity, they'd be better off banning baseball caps and sunglasses. But that, they say, would be just as ridiculous.
But I don't think by banning a few innocent women with some headscarf on of whatever religious persuasion is going to really bring Australia to be a more secure and safe place.
Iqbal Patel from the Federation of Islamic Councils says a hijab ban would be an insult to all Muslims.
People should be left free to exercise their choice as to what they really want to wear. And I mean, are we going to expect all nuns to go without any head covering? It's really xenophobic.
Acting Victorian Premier Rob Hulls.
A shock jock in Queensland who's been on holidays and he's seemed to have gone burqa over the burqa for some reason, and I think it's just totally inappropriate.
The burqa has been banned in several areas across Europe and the UK. In one Belgium town, you can be fined for wearing it. In France, laws have been introduced to forbid students at public schools wearing even the Muslim scarf, despite protests.
Thousands of protesters have already taken to the streets in recent weeks, furious at the suggestion that the Islamic headscarf, the hijab, is to be outlawed in state buildings, most significantly the classroom.
Australian Retailers Association Executive Director Richard Evans.
Folks will try and disguise their identity by wearing caps or jackets or whatever they use. Criminals will do that, but to suggest that we should treat women, in particular Muslim women who wear these hijabs and burqas, as suspicious, well, it's just ridiculous.
I was in the bank just a few days ago, it was actually this week. I had to use some photo ID, so they took me into a room and I flicked up my burqa and they checked my photo ID and that was it. We went on with the transaction.
The Retailers Association says a ban will only create more problems.
What calls like this does is create fear, suspicion, and indeed there's no evidence of any security issue anywhere in Australia, indeed worldwide.